Hey everybody, Rich Lang with PrepU down in the bunker, and here is list video number 9. In this list video, we're going to have a couple different lists, and they're going to basically be disaster list, how to put a disaster kit together, fishing tools and supply kits. So let's show you the list. All right, here they are. So these are the lists we're going to look at. Putting together a disaster kit. This is, I mean, if you haven't done anything yet, this is really going to help you. This is your basic kit to put together. Then we're going to do the basic fishing survival kit. I'm actually going to show you my survival kit instead of the basic one, which isn't really much different than a basic emergency toolkit. For people that are starting out, again, I know you guys that have homes and repair shops and all that kind of stuff, you're gonna go, that's it. But yeah, so then the last list will be emergency repair supplies to have with you. All right, so let's get this going. All right, so putting together a disaster kit. Like I said, this is, you haven't done anything. You don't know what to do. You just maybe got your first apartment, home, or whatever. Or you want to work with your parents and say, hey, we really need some of this stuff. So obviously water. 1 gallon of water per day per person for at least 3 days. Store-bought, follow the printed dates. You can use tap water, and just change out every 6 months. Put the date on the bottle, because store-bought water lasts so long. You can dump that out and then put tap water in, and then just write the date on there, either the date you put the water in there or the date that you should change the water. Food, 3-day supply per person for 3 days. Store-bought canned and dry food. Make sure you have a can opener and a small camp stove with fuel. I've even seen some, actually I have one that's got candles, and it actually works pretty well. Cleaning supplies, hand sanitizer a must. You also want to have some bleach, and have the ratio in your head, how much bleach to water. But hand sanitizer, there's that video we put out, how to make your own hand sanitizer and your surface sanitizer. First aid, basic first aid kit. Buy one at the store. Just gather supplies. And then if you have medication, make sure you have an extra 3 days of it. And you should also have at least 3 days of over-the-counter medication too. Lighting, it's good to have a supply of candles. But nowadays, I mean, you don't need candles so much. I mean, you can use lanterns like I have down below. But, you should have waterproof matches so you can make a fire. Butane lighter is nice to have. Flashlights, obvious to have. Lanterns on hand. A good LED camp lantern is perfect. It doesn't have to be very big. I've shown you those before. And again, remember not to leave candles unattended or have any type of cloth that can be blown over the flames. Radio. Keep a battery or hand crank radio on hand at all times so you can listen to the news, find out what's going on, listen to the weather. If you can find a weather alert feature, that's fantastic. I've told you guys before, have an emergency notification weather app on your phone. All right. In regards to your phone, solar charger, 5 to 10 watt charger for your cell phone. But you will need at least a 450 watt charger for your laptop. So just remember about that. All right. My son actually has a stove, small little stove that as it burns, it produces electricity, and we've charged our phones camping off of those. A 2-way radio, good for family communication should you get separated or need to split up. Say somebody's going to be back at camp and somebody else is going to go fishing. Keep, if you're not within eyesight or ear sound, I should say, I don't know exactly how to say that, at least have a radio that's good for up to 2 miles. Blankets, always have blankets. When you need to sleep, you need to be warm when you sleep, because if you don't get sleep for the next day, you're trashed, and you all know what it's like. And it's not really the next 24 hours, it's the 24 hours after that, that you're really going to start finding it. basic toolkit's important to have on hand for repairs and shutting off water and gas in an emergency. So make sure you have some kind of a pair of pliers or actually a gas shut-off tool. All right, here is my fishing survival kit. All right, 2 yo-yo reels. If you don't know what a yo-yo reel is, I'm going to hold one up here right now. Here is a yo-yo reel, okay? It basically is, you would take this hole here and you would wire that to a tree, and this line would lay out, and then this comes down and clamps against that, and when this is pulled, that comes up. When the fish is on the line, pulls that up, and this reels itself back in. You can kind of see the spring on the inside, and then you've got the rope on the outside. But that's a yo-yo reel. It's interesting enough, I went to get them at Cabela's, and they don't have them at Cabela's, but they have them at Bass Pro. I don't know, go figure. But anyhow, rest of the survival kit. 200 feet of fishing line, that's regular fishing line. You want to have some leaders, some swivels, sinkers of various weights, obviously various size hooks, bobbers, small ones, you don't need large ones. Artificial lures, spiders and flies, worms and spinners. In that, I have caught more fish with my fly rod on spiders than any flies. Worms, purple, seem to be the best worms I've ever used. Spinners, I love Little Mep spinners. Those are great. Collapsible pole or a pocket fisherman. Those of you guys old enough. Those of you that don't know what a pocket fisherman is, Google pocket fisherman. It's kind of cool. You can also use a sturdy ice fishing pole, which is really nice. They'll collapse down. Stringer for your fish. A fillet knife and scaler. Small dowel rod. The small dowel rod basically goes with the 200 feet of fishing line, and you can tie the line to the small dowel rod, drill a hole in it, and then you can, some creeks you can just kind of lead the line out with a little bit of worm on it underneath logs and stuff, and catch nice little brook trout and stuff. 50 feet of green craft wire that you can use to tie your yo-yo fishing reel to a tree or whatever. And again, I have yo-yo fishing reels. I guess I should learn to look at my list. Small multi-tool and knife, a must, and then a small plastic carrying case to put all this stuff in. You can make a couple of these, put one in your truck or your car, and then throw one in your bug out bag, and that's it. All right, so when I'm talking basic toolkit, I'm talking really basic for somebody that doesn't have anything. You're just, starting out. Hammer, pliers, various types of pliers, wrench, a couple adjustable wrenches, crowbar with nail puller. I love those little things. They're not very big. They're probably only about 9 inches long. Utility knife with extra blades. Small axe, which we also call a hatchet, is nice to have for splitting stuff. Standard screwdriver and Phillips screwdriver. The Phillips screwdriver, and I suppose with the standard screwdriver, there's several size tips. Make sure you get several of them, especially for the Phillips screwdriver. You'll find some don't go all the way into your screws, and all you're going to do is strip them. Hex or Allen keys, tape measure musts, pencil and paper, some type of saw, and duct tape is always really nice to have. Something else I would add with this, especially if you have a home, a ladder, at least a 1-story ladder, to be able to get up to repair windows and stuff like that. And speaking of repairing things, you got to have repair supplies around. So this is just basic, and I'm sure you all can figure out some other things, but this is really probably good stuff to have around. Plastic sheeting, duct tape and clear packaging tape, nails of various sizes, screws, plywood sheeting, zip ties, tie downs, rope is really good. Sandbagging material and shovels, especially if you live in a flood-prone zone or by a creek or by a river. And garbage bags, large contractor type. I would also suggest getting, having some, and I wish I could remember what they're called, but it's strips of wood. They're about 1 inch wide, furring strips. There you go, furring strips. Because if you lose windows in a storm, the plastic sheeting can go on there. I mean, you could, stapler would be nice on this list, right? And it should be a stapler on this list also. Let's see if I can do this without destroying this. Nah, I'm not even gonna try drawing. But stapler would be nice. Heavy duty stapler with staples. But then the furring strips you could also use for nailing that plastic sheeting down over the windows. So that's, I'm sure you guys can think of some other things that can go on there too. But basically that's it for those lists. So basically the end. Yeah, and again, these were just basic lists to get you started. All right. So thanks for watching. If you have a comment or a question, let me know. If you want to add to these lists, let me know. We can throw a few things on there, and we could actually redo this video if we wanted to. If you like this video, please like it. If you'd like to know when we have produced a new video, please subscribe and ring that bell. Also, check out our channel's playlists. This video will be with the list video playlist. It's a great way to get them all together and figure out what you need. Also, don't forget we have a Facebook page under Prep U. We put interesting pictures and things on there from time to time. So for now, keep aware of your surroundings at all times. Be prepared to be on your own for up to 72 hours and probably well beyond. You should have more food than that, but at least for 3 days. And most importantly, prep like your life depends on it, because as we all know, it really does. All right, thanks a lot. Be safe out there, be careful, and don't forget to subscribe and pass this on to friends. Thank you.